Good morning. I don't know if it's morning when you watch this, but good morning and hello. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I know you didn't have to click on this, but you did. So thank you. Thank you. My name is Janine, folks, and this is Get the Pen. Welcome to Get the Pen. I hope you've been getting the pen. I've been getting the pen. Let's keep getting the pen and keep watching, keep being inspired, and keep writing, keep sharing your stories so that you can inspire other people. And also, I would appreciate so much if you would be sure to subscribe, encourage someone else to subscribe, share if you feel so compelled to do so. We appreciate it. Share, subscribe, spread the word. We're working on new content every week, trying to put something out here that's interesting, something that's going to be helpful, inspirational, and that might push you into the direction that you need to go in order to fulfill your own assignment, whatever that is. So I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to hype you up, but I am here to inspire you. I am here to get you to think differently. I am here to get you to think on a different level, to be more introspective, to discover who you are and how the world around you affects you and how you can impact the world, how you can change things, how you can change your life, how you can shape your life. And my delivery is my delivery. I do it in my own way. I don't try to be like anybody else. I don't try to impersonate or emulate. I'm just me, and I will always be me. And that is how I present the information that is given to me. And for those who can receive in that way, will do so. And for those who show up, those who are supposed to be here will be here. And I don't worry about anything else, and I don't try to fit anyone else's narrative. I'm doing me, and my tribe will gravitate to me. My tribe is my tribe, and they will be here. Anyone else who's not drawn in, they don't belong here. And there may be other platforms that are more suitable, that do a different style that suits their taste, and that is fine. That's perfectly fine, because we're all different and we all respond to different things in different ways. So those who respond to my way of presenting, I love you. Thank you for being here, and you're supposed to be here if you are here. So today we're going to delve into The Color of Beauty. Recently, I had a book table, and a lady was looking at the book. She actually ended up buying it. And I told her that the title came from a poem that I wrote for my daughter. And she recited the poem in a talent show at her school when she was in elementary school, when she was in Kennedy Elementary in Southfield. Ooh, that was it had to be in the 90s, because she's a 90s baby. But I wrote the poem, The Color of Beauty, for her. Maybe one of these weeks I'll read it. It wasn't really what I picked to read it today, but maybe I will. But I wrote that poem for her so that she would always know that she was beautiful. And I didn't, it wasn't just for her, it's for all little girls who need to know that they're beautiful, no matter what, and to be able to discover their beauty that already exists inside of them. You don't have to create it, it's there. You can um, unveil it and reveal it, but it exists already in you, in our children, and we just need to let them know. And that was how The Color of Beauty came about. And then as I wrote more poems and poems, I collected them, and I decided to title the book after that poem, which is in here among others that are around beauty and love and that kind of thing. That's the theme of the book, and it is on Amazon, or you can go to getthepen.net. This week's shout out is to my daddy. I call him daddy, even though I'm 54. He's still my daddy, and I'm still a daddy's girl. And I just want to thank you, Dad, Earl Folks, for being such a wonderful father. My dad wasn't lucky, he was intentional about how he taught me, what he taught me, and the values that he put in me. So much of who I am is because of him. And whatever he couldn't do, he charged me to do. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm doing not only for me, but I'm doing for him because he poured it into me, and I couldn't just let it sit dormant. I had to run with it. And so I'm going to run as fast and hard and long as I can for me and for him and for my mother and for my family and for everybody who was impacted by this. Thank you, Dad, for all you taught me, everything you showed me, all the words of wisdom. And one of the things I'll never forget, I might have been 4 or 5. My dad, he made sure he taught me to wash behind my ears. I'll never forget that. That's important because some people have never been told little things like that. And when I went to prom, he made sure I had money so that I wouldn't have to put up with certain things, that I could hold my own. And he told me, you'll need to make this much money a week in order to be happy. And so I kept all of that in mind when I was making decisions in life. And I remember I was in college, I was a commuter. I commuted to college, and then I got this lucrative job offer, and he really didn't want me to take the job offer because he was worried that I would get so caught up in making the money that I would forego my education. So I managed to do both. I wanted that job. Glad I took the job. Learned a lot on that job. But I also made it a point to finish school because my dad, I didn't want him to be disappointed. So I was motivated, even if whether I took one class here or there at night. It took me 9 years, but I got my bachelor's degree. So, Dad, you impacted that outcome because I knew how important it was to you. And if it's important to you, it's important to me. And a lot of my values are because of what my dad put in. So, I had to get that out. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for everything. Um, One of the themes that has been running in my mind this week is take up space. Take up space. Whatever spaces that you feel like you need to be in, take up that space because you belong there. I went to a little, it's like a park, and I wasn't sure if it was okay for me to go there. It was really nice, sort of exclusive, but I went there and I said, well, we'll see if they put me out. I'm just going to go and walk through like I belong there. And that's exactly what I did. And it went well. It was no problem. And as I walked through, I said, take up space. I told myself, take up space. You belong here. And we belong there wherever we feel we need to be. I liked to go to fancy spaces, opulent spaces, and I remind myself, I belong here. I deserve nice things. I deserve to be in nice places. Why not? If I have the wherewithal to be here, I belong here. And even when I made a choice to join a fitness club, athletic club, it's in an affluent area with a lot of affluent members. And I chose to do that as opposed to a chain gym with the $10 a month membership. I said, no, I'm going to do the fancy one. And it's one of the best decisions I made because I feel like if you surround yourself with greatness, opulence, nice things, the finer things, and some of that's going to rub off on you when you get used to being around that energy and in those environments. You're going to level up. It's going to force you to level up because that's what you like. And then you get on that vibration, you get on that frequency, and the next thing you know, more things that you choose to do are going to be in those spaces that you desire. Now, that's not everybody's desire, and that's fine. It just happens to be mine. But whatever your desire is, whatever you like to be around, do that. Take up space in the places where you feel like you flourish, where you feel like you can be you, where you feel like this is the tribe I want to be around. These are the people I want to learn from and glean from. This is the energy that I want to bask in and grow in. Go be in those spaces and take up space in those spaces. You belong there, especially if you feel like you belong and you have that desire to be in those places. Take up space there. Okay, now for my reading. I might end up reading two poems because I just feel like I need to read you The Color of Beauty, the poem that I wrote for my daughter. But the one that I had picked was A Snow Girl's Life. I don't know if you can see that. Snow Girl's Life. If you know me, you know I love science. And even though I'm a creative person, I always loved studying science. So let me read this poem because it's scientifically inspired, but it's also relevant to life, okay? A Snow Girl's Life. It's wintertime and the chill is cold. I try to keep warm as my arms fold. When winter is over, I'll melt away. I'll seep into the earth day by day. I'll flow into the river and up to the sky, and I'll fall back down by 4th of July. I'll become a puddle swaying to and fro, and then back to the sky I will go. Up I will go through evaporation. When winter returns, I'm back in the clouds. I'll fall as snow, and the children will rebuild me and laugh out loud. I got that last line wrong, but you get it. So, if you were following what I was saying, you'll see it was the cycle of water as a snow girl. First, she's frozen and cold because she was snow, but then she'll melt away. She'll turn back into water, and then she'll seep into the river or the water table under the earth, right? Because that's part of the water cycle. And then she'll evaporate, go back up to the clouds, and fall back down, either as rain, evaporate again, come back down in the winter as snow, and perhaps she'll end up in a kid's yard and they will recycle the snowman that they had built last year and build it again. So that's the cycle of the snow girl's life. So somewhat similar to humans, how we go back to dust. Now, I'm not going to get into what happens after we return to dust and what God does. I'm not going to get into that. But I do know that the water that we have on this earth today is the water that was here hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, or however long you think this earth was here. It's the same water. The same water. God has not created brand new water. The water in the oceans is the same water that's been in the ocean. And it's the same water that evaporates and goes into the clouds. And then when it rains here and it comes back down, it's the same water. It's the same water. The water in your water bottle is the same water. It's just been purified, cleansed, filtered out, and reused. Again, it's the same water that goes through our toilets and the sewer systems. But it goes through that cleansing process, but it's still the same water. We feel like it's new because they poured it in a new bottle that was really a recycled bottle, and we just drink it over and over again. And that's part of the water cycle. There is nothing new under the sun, okay? Matter is neither created nor destroyed. So everything that we have, even though it's presented as new, it's a new presentation, it's just recycled, repackaged matter that has been in existence since existence. Does that make sense to you? I know some of us don't like the way that sounds, but it's the truth, okay? My reflection on this poem. The message in this poem is twofold. The first message is versatility. Like the snow girl, we are constantly changing roles. In one moment, I may be in the role of a mother, and then in another role, I'm an employee. Then I'm a housekeeper. Then I'm a cook. Then I'm a wife, and then back to being a mother. It goes on, and I'm constantly changing roles, even though I'm the same person. I may be happy one day, I may be feeling challenged the next, but I'm still the same person dealing with different issues. The cycle continues with certain variations. Another illustration this poem makes is the natural water cycle. My daughter and I wrote this poem for her science class. There is a physical law which states that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed. Now I'm going to take a scripture. Ecclesiastes 1:9 says, "That which has been is what will be, and there is nothing new under the sun." Okay? This is where Bible and science agree. The same water that existed when God created the earth is the same water we have to this day. Even though it didn't rain until after the flood, in the flood of Noah's day, there was a water cycle. Instead of falling rain, God watered the earth with dew. You can study that, look that up. The water cycle does involve rain, but snow, underground water reservoirs, evaporation, clouds, and so on. We use the same water over and over again. Our creator's water cycle is truly divine. So I love science. If you enjoyed that, you probably love science and you're probably a scientist at heart and you just didn't realize it, but now you know. So quickly, I'm going to read you The Color of Beauty just because I feel like I should, and then we're going to wrap up today, and then I'll see you next week. The color of beauty. What is the color of beauty? It's not just about being a cutie, even though I am, even though you are. It's not about the color of my skin. It's the beauty that radiates from within. It's not about the clothes I wear or the fancy styles I style my hair. I messed up. Okay, let me start over. Hold on. For real, I'm serious. Okay. The color of beauty. What is the color of beauty? It's not just about being a cutie. It's not about the color of my skin. It's the beauty that radiates from within. It's not about the clothes I wear or the fancy ways I style my hair. Beauty does not try to impress the crowd. It's not obnoxious and it's not loud. Beauty is about being smart, loving myself, and appreciating art. Beauty is showing respect to my parents and teachers. It's developing great inner character features. By sharpening my skills and developing my mind, beauty is about making a contribution to humankind. Beauty is the way I treat my brother. It's about being kind to one another. Beauty is my smile, which lights up the place. It may also put a smile on someone else's face. The color of beauty is the color of my heart. It's filled with love in every part. Beauty is the color of love in my soul. To make life a little better is my goal. Love is the color of beauty. It's so much more than being a cutie. The color of beauty. And that's what started it all, because my daughter, she was my inspiration, Janai Smith, my oldest daughter. Because I wrote all these before, I have a second daughter, but she was an infant at the time. But Janai inspired a lot of this. And with her, I just wanted her to be the best human that she could be. And I wanted her to feel beautiful. I wanted her to know that she is special, and I wanted her to know to treat others as beautiful as well, because even though she is beautiful, everybody is beautiful, because God created all of us and we are all beautiful and we are all special. I wanted her to know that for herself, and I wanted her to be the kind of person that helped others to realize that they are too, that we are all connected, we are all beautiful, we are all loved, and we should treat each other with love and respect. And I wanted her to respect her teachers. I wanted her to respect adults. And so I instilled this in her, and I knew that beauty comes from a place of love. It's not about external experience. It's not about external appearances. So that's where the color of beauty, and even though I wrote this almost 20 years ago, it still holds near and dear and true to my heart, that at the root of me, that's still who I am. I may have evolved and changed in some ways, but one thing that stays the same is that I am rooted and grounded in love. God is love. God, that's what it is. The creator who made us with love, who made us special and unique with gifts and assignments and things that we need to do to help each other. That's the foundation of us, of me. And I'm glad that I've always kept that at the center of what I do. Even doing these videos, it's rooted in love and wanting to get the message of love out to the world, to as many people as possible, to remind you that you are loved, you are special, and then you are supposed to go out here and help others realize the same. Okay? Well, thank you again. Again, Janine, folks, get the pen. You can always go to my website, getthepen.net, and you can always go to my Amazon author page to see this and other books that I've written. I can't believe I'm up to 15 now, and there's so much more that I still want to work on, but the challenge that I have is finding the time to do it. So one of these days, maybe I'll be able to take a pause and just sit and write, because there's a lot up here in my head that I need to get out. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to take things that I've written 15 and 20 years ago to still present them to you and to still feel the same way that I felt back when I wrote it all those years ago. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. God make his face shine upon you and give you peace. I will see you next week. Get the pen.